Hello. They're showing off. Showing off. My name is Amelia, and this is my love letter to the public library, featuring mini pets. Come here. It's okay. This is, I guess. Oh, she's helping. She's helping. Yeah. So, I just got myself a new library card. I'm so excited. Let me get it. Okay. So I guess this is kind of like a video diary situation. But there'll probably be some talking about my feelings about the library and how much I love the library. I've been watching a whole bunch of all these wonderful YouTube girlies video essays about overconsumption and about book talk and about spending too much money in this earthly plane. So I was like, do you know what's free? The library. And so I've got a home library for the town that I live in. And then if there's pets underneath, so if they knock you off your stand here, he's back. This is Merlin. That's Jolene. This is Abby. And we've got a brown dog, and his name's Luigi, and he's running around. We've got two other cats too, but they're not here right now. But so oh hush, it's okay. So, oh no, baby, get down from there. Chaos ensues. But isn't that the beauty of it? So, and now I've lost the library card. There it is. So, don't go up there, it's not for your space, it's for her. It's a new spot. But so I've got a home library that's in the town that I live in, and then I've got a college library. I commute. I've got a college library, and then I've got a library in the city where the college is. So, and I didn't think that I could get a library card for the city that the college is in, but because I go to the school there, I can, and they were so nice, and I just got it yesterday, and I'm so excited. So, it's a new library card. It's so exciting. I get like they've got a bigger collection because they're a city library, so they've got all this stuff. So, city library card, but I will show that off after the home library collection. So, you helping me? Home library. This is what we've got out right now. I love the library because it's just so, I'm leaning on the books. I have like a little armrest here. I don't always want to read all the books that I get. My favorite thing as a small, like, young child was just to get all of the, like, picture books and the craft books and just look at all of it. Just look at the pictures and just think about the pictures. Picture says 1,000 words, you know. So, I almost turned around. So, most of these, I'm definitely not reading all of. Sometimes it's only just a little bit. But that's why there's so much pressure when you buy a new book. When you buy a new book, then you have to read it because you sunk that money into it. That's why I love watching people's like book talk analysis videos because like I find that very stressful. Like I could never. Oh my goodness, she's knocking things off. She's drinking my water cup, but. I don't think I could handle the stress of having that many books that then you spent money on, and so you've got to read them. Like, cover to cover, you got to read them because you spent the money. At least that's my understanding. But the library, you've got them for a temporary amount of time, so you got to make the most of them while you've got them. But you can renew them. You can check them back out. If you're bored of it, you give it back. And then if you want to see it again, you go and you get it again. Like, so these, wanted to check out. So we're going to go through and show them off. Starting off, we have selected works from Cicero. I don't know if that's how you say that, but I thought it looked pretty and I wanted to flip through it. I haven't flipped through this one yet, so I just got these. So maybe I'll review it after. But I thought it looked pretty and I was like, I want to check that out. Okay, we've got they're getting into a fight with another cat. We've got The Faithful Garden. My mother has read Women Who Run with Wolves, and I haven't read it, but I've heard that the author is good, so I was like, that's short and sweet. I thought it was a poetry book, but it's kind of more like short story, and it's good so far. I've got my little bookmark in. So fancy. My dad just gave me that for my birthday, but it's good. It can go in my backpack. I take it, I read it at school. I thought, I've never really been a poetry girl. Like, I haven't thought that was very interesting, or like, I like a story. And sometimes, especially with modern poetry, people are too, like, to the point about it, or like think they're doing something really smart when, I mean, they're doing something brave, because all creation is bravery, but I often don't care, and I don't care to read it. So, but I thought, hey, I might as well try some poetry. Some of these I like more than others. I'm learning about what type of poetry I like. We have this book about, it's like poetry, like to Appalachia. And it's kind of formatted like this in like little short ones. And I've learned that I don't really like those. It's probably interesting if you're into that sort of thing, but I like a little more story, and it's just kind of naming words, and I don't think I'm in the right. Oh, don't you help me on there. I think the right headspace for short poetry like that is probably like well intoxicated. And that wasn't the vibe. This book also, I got surprised by this book because I thought, I don't know, the cover picture led me astray. I was like, this has to be by a woman. It's not by a woman. This one I liked a little bit more than the Appalachian poetry one, because it talks a little bit more about like death and the end of days, which I love. I mean, it's called End of Days, so like you would think, but again, it's kind of got this like short, just like words on a page. Like, I read it over. I liked it more than the other one, but like, this is why the library is great, because I can return it and I didn't spend any money on it. This one, I actually don't know if y'all can read the covers for any of these, but there you go. This one I liked more because it was poetry and was poetic, but it's kind of longer and it's a little bit more story format. And so it just draws me in a little bit more. The like I've got like full like paragraphs, and like they're short, they're sweet, but they're meaningful and to the point. I like it. So we've got a book about herbalism. The format of this book is kind of really weird. Like, it's got like the plant, and then it'll have like the name, and then it's got like I don't know. I have herbalism books that I like more, that I have checked out, but it was interesting. Interesting, fun to look through, fun to look at the pictures, fun to see different plants I hadn't thought about. But the format isn't very clear, and it's not exactly like, I like a regionally defined herbalism book, because then like, it's the plants for your area. And a lot of this is kind of plants from like an area where I don't live. So some of them it's like, okay, that's interesting, but like those plants don't apply. I don't know what those are. Like I don't see those in my day-to-day life. So like I liked it, but I like regionally specific. Okay, we've got a book of, I think it's short stories and some poems by Alice Walker. I just took a English class and we read some Alice Walker and I liked it. So I haven't looked through this one yet, but I was like, I want to read some more of that. Also, more kind of short stories and poems. We have Sylvia Plath. Again, I've never really read her. Out of this, I read this one story about like these women and they're going to this church and like one of them's divorced and so she's not really welcome in the church, and then they like the women find community within themselves and like it was sweet. This has it's like her short stories, less of her poems. I thought there would be, I don't know, I've heard that she's written some really angsty stuff and I was excited to get into that, but what I've read of this is good. Her writing style is fun. Okay, we've got a book of short stories and poems from Edgar Allan Poe. Because I was just telling my friend about some of his stories, and oh look, there's art. But like I was giving her the rundown, and then I realized that maybe I should double check myself and make sure that I was actually telling her the real plot of the stories and not like something I was making up on the spot. A lot of art in this book. So this is to fact check myself on the Edgar Allan Poe stories, because I can't remember, like, whenever they're murdering people in those, I'm like, they're always in the floor or in the wall, and then I get them confused. So we're going to get into later a lot of cookbooks, because I love cookbooks. I love cooking. And I rarely cook out of cookbooks unless joy of cooking for life. But like, I like getting the inspiration, but I don't like following the rules in there. But so this one I thought was fun. Probably it'll be better in summer and spring. Right now it's January and it's literally freezing outside. If I figure out how to slice videos together, then you're gonna get a little bit of photo from how cold it is and some snow and some ice and all. But yeah, it's mainly ice, not a lot of snow. But I thought it would be fun to just flip through and just kind of see some like, oh, that was pretty good. Some ways to incorporate some new different veggies and plants into cooking. So cooking with flowers, like, yeah, tasty. But maybe I'll check that one back out in like, maybe like 5 months. Okay, and then we've got a, come here. This is the brown dog. And then we've got a book of characters from Tolkien. And I haven't flipped through this one yet either, but big Lord of the Rings fan, so I was excited. I was like, look at that. And it was in like their like nonfiction section. I was like, what is that doing over here? But so, and then I also have some CDs out from the home library. Library CDs. CDs are so expensive, and every time I try to order them, they like get lost in the mail. Like I've literally placed like 3 CD orders, and they get lost in the mail. So I think that's my sign from God to like just get my CDs at the library, because literally, I don't know where they are. They're just gone. So, but I love listening to CDs. I've got a car. She won't connect to Bluetooth or phone or anything like that. She only does CDs, and she does like 2 radio stations. So library CDs, that can be a whole nother video, but that concludes the home library. And then we can go with the the college library. So the college library, they don't have any CDs, which is a shame. That's really why I kind of wanted to branch out to the city library, because like I spend a lot of time in the car commuting to school, and I spend a lot of that time listening to CDs. And so I've listened to like the music that I like from my home library. And so I wanted to try some different music and all. So that's when we get to the city library. Let's get these turned around, show off the stack. I love getting a big stack of books in the library. I always feel so studious. I'm like, look at this. But so this is mainly cookbooks. My school has a culinary section in the school, and so there's a lot of cookbooks for those students, but we're allowed to check them out. Even I'm a math student, but I can still get the cookbooks. So we've got a Cook's Illustrated. I used to have a subscription to this, but that was a really long time ago. I don't have any of the magazines anymore, but I burn them in the wood stove. Got a wood stove, love a wood stove. Like, so warm, so cozy. But magazines can't burn them in the wood stove because they got the wax and they'll fill up your pipe. But I think recycled them. But this one just has a collection of their best recipes, and I've looked through, and they've got like, yeah, like macaroni and cheese. Love it. This one I was just completely taken in by like the cover and like the colors, and I was like, this looks so fun. Like, I have to see what's in there. And a lot of like I love cookbooks. I get hungry just looking at them. But like the colors, and like it's got a whole bunch of color photos, and like I mainly get cookbooks for the photos because then I'll be like, I could plate things like that, or I could like make something that kind of looks like that, or like just to get inspiration. Okay, here, I'll move this one down. Keep doing cookbooks. I forgot I checked this out. We've got Portuguese cooking. Again, a lot of cookbooks are starting to look like this, like the newer cookbooks I've noticed, kind of like this trend. They're kind of like the same size, and like maybe it's all the same publisher? No, different publishers. But they're kind of all like this. Like they'll have like this kind of glossy but kind of matte cover, and then like good photos. I like them, but it's been an interesting trend to see. I keep being like, whoa, all these cookbooks are kind of the same. Like different content, but like same shape and like composition. They all kind of are the same weight, like when you hold them, like, but so I haven't really looked through this one yet because I forgot it was in the stack. I was like, oh, look at that. But exactly, that's kind of why I love the library, because it's like the same joy as like the addiction of purchasing something new. It's something new. It's something you haven't seen before. It's something you don't know about. I was going to the TJ Maxx too much, and spending too much money at the TJ Maxx on, and it's mainly snacks, but their snacks aren't that good anyway, so like, why was I even in there? It's because I was bored and I wanted something to do. And so I can go to the library and like not have to spend all that money, support the library, and like get myself out of the like circles of like, you only get this like new experience if you're spending money, which complete scam. You can have new experiences all the time. Like literally stand up, spin around. New experience. I mean, unless you spin around all the time. I don't know. But so more cookbooks. We've got this one. This is Thai cooking. I like Thai flavors. I love lemongrass, so I was excited about that. Again, see, I haven't looked through this stack. I checked these out and then I haven't looked through, because I was mainly reading the poetry books and then getting to cooking later. But so it's new. It's fun. She's drinking my water. This one is kind of like a back to the land cookbook situation, but see, kind of again the same, like all of these are kind of like that same square shape with like good color photos, and like I don't know when this became the trend in cookbooks, but like last like 5 years maybe. This is about Southern cookbooks and biscuits. I haven't flipped through this one either, but I think it's all biscuits. pretty exciting. I should make more biscuits. See, it's the inspiration. And then this one, trees and shrubs. Again, I don't think that this one is localized, and I think it's just kind of like probably US trees and shrubs generally, but I thought it'd be fun to flip through. And then we have the new city library, which it's so like, oh wait, from the college library we also have this book about like teenage self-harm. I was like, I thought the cover sounded really like dramatic, and I was like, yeah, I'll read that. So then we've got the, oh wait, this is also from the college library. They get mixed around a little bit. This one I just checked out. I went with my friend to the library because she hadn't been in there before. So I checked out some stuff for us. But this is about winter art because it's so cold and icy here, and I want to see other people dealing with some cold and ice. She loves these books. Okay, city library. We've got Good helper. Ta-da! And mainly I got CDs from this library trip, but I also got some books. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing in the library. Well, it wasn't actually embarrassing, nobody saw, but I was in there and I was doing some homework, and I was like, I can go get myself a soda from the vending machine. And I got myself a soda from the vending machine, and then I opened it without thinking that, you know, the soda. And so I open it, and I literally explode half the bottle of soda into my lap, and then I had wet soda lap for like the entire rest of the day. And see, at the library, so nice. Nobody was like, what happened with your like lap? Nothing. It went literally through my skirt into my just like soda. This is why I mainly stick to water and tea, because then at least if you spill it, it's not sticky. It's just but I still had a good time. She's helping. So this one is about interiors and interior decorating, but this has to be from like 2007 maybe. Like, it's so like early 2000s, this one. Like, is it gonna tell me? No, maybe not. Shocker, 2015. I would have never guessed. But a lot of the interiors look like other interior design books I've had for like early 2000s. So I guess we really don't change that much, even in like a culture of micro trends. We still photograph our interiors the same way we did 20 years ago. And like stick with a lot of like, I think people who have their own unique styles keep them throughout time. And so like, it's just, because I think there was a big trend in the early 2000s of like photographing like really unique houses, and so it just keeps up with that. Like, look, so many colors. But so I thought that would be fun to look through. Okay, we have canning. Haven't flipped through this one yet, but I love during the summer you might get a canning video. I'm always canning stuff. Love it. Love. I'm like this close to being a full-scale apocalypse prepper. Like that close. So I love canning. Okay, we've got a book about ghost stories and ghosts. Again, haven't flipped through it yet, but oh my gosh, there's pictures in here. Crazy. But while I was like checking out the library, I saw this and I was like, wait, I've got to get that too. Okay, we've got some Mary Oliver poems. Haven't read them yet. Haven't even opened the book yet. She's got a mix of that like paragraph form and the little skinny form that I don't really like. So we're gonna see how it goes. Did she write the one about the wild geese? Like, let the soft animal of your body love what it loves? I feel like she did, but I could be totally wrong on that. So then we've got the books that I have looked through. I could have sworn there was another book. Oh, is it? I guess not. But we have, this book was fantastic. And they've got a website apparently, but the website's got a lot of ads. Warning you. Book, no ads. Website, a lot of ads. But it's just all abandoned places. And this made me feel the way I think other people feel when they read the little skinny poetry. Like, sad but peaceful, you know? Like, it just shows all of these like abandoned, crumbling places, and it gives the story. And like, I think the saddest ones are probably the abandoned churches, because they all like it'll show the place, and then it'll talk about how it got like look at that photo, it's just like gorgeous. But it'll show the place, and then it'll be like got demolished, and then they just made it into an empty lot, and then it's like, that's tragic. Like, I don't know if we should leave these places and just let them crumble on their own, or try to fix them. I like this one with the glasses. Like, people just, they left them here. And I like this book a lot. And then, coolest book. We've got, check that guy out. This entire book is filled with these scary little underwater friends. And like a whole bunch of like dolphin and whale photos too. But even just flipping through and not even really reading it, I learned so much. I learned that there's these parasites, and they like get on sharks' eyes, like right here, and they're like really long, and they go like that, and they like hang off the eye, and like the ocean, crazy. And there's this one photo in here of like the whole book is just all of these crazy animals that like just look full like alien species. And then there's one photo in here of like people scuba diving. And it really made me think that we're like as a species, we're just so creative. Like, our bodies are not made to go down where these people's bodies live, where these beings' bodies live. But we go down there anyways because inquiring minds want to know. Like, it made me feel really happier about humanity than sometimes I do. Because sometimes I'm like, what are we doing? We're just like, just not even thinking about anything. But actually, people are. People are interesting. They're interested in the universe and in the world and in the natural world. And not all hope is lost. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but like, we went down into the depths to find this friend and like take photos and like just see them and know them, and like, that says something about our creativity and our like look how cool that is. Like, I love books like this because you know that the people who took these photos also thought that that was crazy cool. And that is, I really feel like there was another book, but I guess there wasn't. No, I think it's just I spent a lot of time looking through this book, and it's got so many different, like, it's all these different countries, and so I think I was just thinking about different countries and probably going down a research rabbit hole, but, like, I love going on Pinterest, and I love going on Instagram. But I never feel as happy looking at their pictures as I do looking at, like, these pictures. Like, I feel almost trapped, you know, like, it's like a loop, but it doesn't end, and like I love it, but like it doesn't fulfill me. But like these, the loop is not endless. Like, bam, start and finish, like and like it doesn't give me, screens will give me headaches. Don't give me headaches. But so I really wanted to go to the library more because I've been spending too much money at the TJ Maxx and spending too much time looping. And these will not save me from that completely, but they'll give me a different outlet. And so that's why I love the library. And you can go in there and you can hang out for hours. And they don't come ask you what you're doing. And like, you can just be in there. And it's usually warm or it's cool. In winter, it's warm. In summer, it's cool. Air conditioning, amazing. My family just finally got air conditioning this last summer, but for the whole rest of my life, we haven't had air conditioning. And it doesn't get that hot here, but it gets pretty hot. And so, like, the library has always been like this place where you go in and you're just like, ah. But you can learn new things. You can figure out things that you love, like the fish with the like crazy teeth that go like this and like and like shark eye parasites. And you can figure out things that you don't love, like short little single line poetry. And you can do this all. Oh, look, here she is. She's a rarity. She's very shy. Hi. She's sometimes very smelly. She's very smelly right now, but oh yeah, it's all right. She's very shy. But you can learn about yourself. You can learn about the natural world. You can just go in there and hang out. You can like, I don't go to a lot of library programs because I forget that they exist, but like when I got to the like city library, there was a whole group of these like old ladies and they all had their like little sewing machine carts and they were going back into the community room, and I wanted to go in there so bad because like they were gonna get up some serious crafts in there, and like I wanted to be a part of that, but like I don't have my sewing machine, so I was like, they don't know me. He's getting on the books. He's helping me with the books. But like, oh look, I'm gonna show y'all this. Sale flowers from the grocery store. Always buy flowers at the grocery store when they put them on sale, because like they last for such a long time. Hey, no, we're not fighting. We are not fighting. I don't think so. They think that only one of them is allowed on the bed, but actually they're both allowed. But like, they're so pretty and they last for so long, and you can literally get them, like these flowers were originally like $7. They were like $1.50. Like, go on whatever day your grocery store switches out its flowers, which I mean there's a whole thing about like flowers and environmentally conscious and how much water they use. And it's winter and they're flowers. But I went in there and they were on sale and they were looking really sad in their little like sad little vase, and I got attached to them, so then they came home with me. always buy your flowers locally if you can, in season. But if you have to buy them from the grocery store, get them on the sale days. For us, those are Fridays in like the afternoon. They switch the flowers out. They like pull all the flowers from the week, and they give you the sale flowers. Yeah. But yeah, support local florists if you can, if they're in season. But if you get distracted and attached to flowers at the grocery store, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Flowers, library,